Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to put a slave cylinder on your car. So on this 66 Mustang, the power steering cylinder, also known as the slave cylinder, is leaking on it. So I'm going to replace it today with this aftermarket one, which should be a direct replacement. And then I also have the boot to put on the cylinder rod as well. So let's go ahead and dive in and install the boot cover first. And then we will go ahead and take the old one off. And I will also show you how to drain all the fluid out of your power steering before you take it off, or else you're gonna have power steering fluid going everywhere. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, to install the boot, pretty straightforward. Just go ahead and take this nut off the end. These washers and bushings, make sure to remember which way they go. Then take your boot, and it's actually going to, this end is gonna go all the way down to here. So go ahead and take these covers out. And you just slide it on, and then you might have to play with it to get it over. So I'm currently using a pick to try to get it all the way around. If you use a pick, be careful not to puncture the boot. Just kind of want to hook it and drag it down, and then roll it all the way down to the bottom.
6.5 hours later.
Now that you got that end on, you can go ahead and scrunch up the other end. And then it comes with a clamp, essentially. Then the clamp just goes on this end and rests right there. You're gonna make sure you have it all the way down to the where the rod changes diameters. That way you can get your spacers or your washers on all the way down. Then within these bushings, there's a rod that the bushings rest on. So make sure you put that on there if it came off. Just put them all the way on. And then you've got your boot installed. The boot also came with bushings and washers, but if you have a new cylinder, you don't need it. So let's go ahead and drain the power steering fluid now. So I'm gonna go ahead and unhook these lines. Make sure to remember where they go. And try to have the right size wrench. So now that you have those off, you can go ahead and wipe your cylinder off, get all the fluid off, and then you can go ahead and take this bolt off, and then there's a bolt all the way down here that will take off as well, and then we'll be able to pull it out. Off. And then you can actually shove your tie rod in to get the rest of the ATF out. What you're gonna want to do next is there's a cotter pin up here that you're gonna want to straighten back out. So we weren't recording when we got the old slave cylinder off, but here's the old one. As you can see, we tried beating the crap out of it here because it was stuck. Ended up taking the sway bar, which is right there-ish, off, and we were able to beat this off because it was stuck. So it eventually came off. So here's the new one. So before we put this new one on, you need to go ahead and pinch this tight, and then we'll be ready to pop this bad boy on. Unfortunately, my camera died while I was finishing up the install on this slave cylinder. It's not that hard. Once you get the far side in, you simply get the rod through there, put your bushings on, your washers,
and then thread your nut on there, and then tighten it down to about 10 inch-pounds, I believe is what it calls for. I just made sure it was snug, squash these bushings down in there, and then you just put your cotter pin on and bend it, and you're all set.
I hope this helped you install your power steering slave cylinder. Once you get it all installed and the fittings back installed, you can go ahead and put power steering, actually check that, not power steering fluid, ATF fluid if you're using the original power steering pump in the system, and it should all work properly. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys here next time. Have a great day.